Alright guys, what's up and welcome to the video. So finally the long awaited release of the KMZ Black Ops 2 loader version 4 is here. So I was actually going to release this yesterday, but in light of an issue that came up with the GTA 2, I had to do extensive testing on this, and I did have to actually change a couple of things to make sure that everything was fully functional. So I went ahead and did that. Everything is good to go, and I'm going to. This is primarily for the people who've used this tool before. I'm basically going to cover this as quickly as possible, but I really don't want to leave out the people who've never used this before, so I'm going to try and be a little bit thorough, but as quickly as possible. So let's go ahead and let's get started. Obviously, you need to have a modded PS3 for this to work. You need to be on Bless version of Black Ops 2 with the 1.19 update installed. If you've used this loader before, make sure you delete it from your XMB. So you're just going to go into it, press triangle and hit delete. But there's a few more files that we're going to need to delete to make sure that we have a good, clean, updated install. And I'm going to show you those here in just a second. Alright, so here we're going to Multiman's File Manager, and those of you who are FTPing can just follow along. We're going to go up here to PS3 root. We're going to go to dev hdd0. And then we are going to go to the TMP folder right here, TMP. And we are going to delete 3 files. We're going to delete the BO2 GSC injector folder. It's a folder. We're going to delete the whole entire thing. The BO2 GSC injector CFG file and the BO2 GSC injector SPRX file. So those 3. Basically everything that starts with a BO2. We're going to go ahead and delete. So you're just going to go ahead, hit circle there, and hit on delete and delete them. All right. Now I'm not going to do it because this is the new version of the tool that I just installed. Then we'll go to games, and I'll go ahead and meet you back at the XMB. Before I forget, just a couple of things. Your folder should be named, your game folder should be named exactly the way it is here on the screen. I will go ahead and post it up here so you can see it. Make sure that it's named exactly that way. I'll also put it in the description. Now, this is only for changing the wallpaper, the icons, and the music. So if you don't have it on your internal hard drive named exactly that way, don't worry about it. The menus and the e-boots and stuff will still work. It's just, for the wallpaper, the music, and the icons, if you want to change them, you won't be able to unless the game is stored in your internal drive and it's named exactly like that. Now, once the game is in, once you've installed the loader, you'll see it up on here. Let's go ahead, after you deleted those 3 files, let's go ahead and let's go into the loader. I'll meet you at the menu. Okay, so now here we are, and you can see the background and stuff is new. So the first thing you need to do when you're using this for the very first time is come down to option number 5. And you're going to choose to install the GSC injectors. This will replace the files we just deleted with the 3 new updated ones. Okay, so once you've done that, you only need to do that 1 time. When you go into the Play Zombie or multiplayer menus now, you'll see that there's an extra option here for each little section. So the multiplayer menus 1 through 32 are the 32 menus that came initially with this program when the program first came out. I did update 2 or 3 of the menus that were in there. I know Jiggy is up to 4.5, so I updated that one. I think the Sony version 8.1 got updated, and I think there was one more that got updated. So it was only those 2 or 3 that got updated. But there's still a great list of menus there. The multiplayer menus 33 through 44 are 12 newer menus, at least new to this program, that I put in that were not in there before. Alright, so whenever you want to use the new menus, you pick that, and you'll have 12 menus that will present themselves when you're at the multiplayer. The zombies menus, there were 10, now it's up to 14, so I didn't have to do anything extra there. Now the reason why I had to do this and split these up is because each injector can only hold 32 menus. So we were already at max. So in order to add more menus, I had to install another injector So that's why it's separated here. So there's a total of 44 menus, and then the second option is the 12 new ones, which is 33 through 44. And then of course you have the same options down here, but with no recoil. Keep in mind that this means all of your weapons in the game will have no recoil whether you use a menu or not. The same things apply here. It's 1 through 32 with no recoil, and then 33 through 44. And then you have the zombies with no recoil as well. So whenever you pick, of course, the multiplayer menu, you'll be taken straight to the multiplayer section. And I'm not going to explain it here because you guys should already know how to use this in the detailed video, which as soon as I'm done with it, I will put the link in the description. I will explain how to use all of this in greater detail. Again, this is just for the update. So everything else is kind of the same. I added some one game mode, so there's 20 now. Whenever you want to use a non-host SPRX menu, you must install the eBoot from here. All right, and then just rename it menu bo2.sprx. I will put it up on the screen. And then once you rename it and you install this eBoot, you should be able to use it. Anytime you pick anything from option 1 up here, it will install the eBoots automatically, all right, that you need. So whenever you want to use a non-host menu after that, you will need to come here and install the eBoot. Now, non-host menus, let's get to that. There's, I think, a total of 8 or 9 menus now. All of these menus, I tested them, they work. There is, pretty much all of them are multiplayer. There is one zombie one, and I labeled it here. Let's see. It's the very first one. It's the zombie menu. So there's only one zombie non-host menu that you can use. Don't forget that in order to use it, you will need to install the zombie non-host eBoot. So here you have the multiplayer and the zombie one. Okay. And I'm in Dex, so it's showing for Dex, but when you're in Kex, it'll show for Kex. So yeah. All right, guys, one more thing about these menus is that pretty much all of them only work in Dex mode, so you need to be in Dex. The only one you should see if you're in Kex mode that will be available to you is the zombie non-host menu. All of the other ones are strictly only for Dex. Also, many of these menus have pre-game menus that open up when you're in the lobby or the setup screen or whatever. There's a certain combination you have to use. Also, when those menus open up in the pre-game, to navigate them, you're going to have to figure it out. It's kind of weird. Sometimes they use left and right on the D-pad or the L1, R1 buttons or whatever, so you have to figure out how to navigate around. But hopefully, if I remember, in the description, I will put down the combinations for each menu that are used to open up the pre-game and the in-game menu. That's pretty much it. Everything else stays the same with the exception of you being able to now add music and wallpaper to the loaders XMB. You can change when you're hovering over the loaders icon, you can change the music that plays behind it and also the wallpaper. And the game, when you load up the game to your XMB, you can change the game's wallpaper, you can change the game's music that plays while you're hovering over the game icon, and you can actually change the icon that displays on your XMB for Black Ops 2. So you have those nice little options there. There's not a whole bunch of music options. I use most of them for GTA, and there's a few wallpaper, and there's a bunch of icons. I think I added like 14 icons or whatever. So that's pretty much it, guys. I hope you enjoyed this. Let me know what you think. Hopefully it was well worth the wait, and I'll probably do some small revisions and updates here in another couple or few weeks. Thanks for watching the video. Don't forget to thumbs up.